I'm Anthony Vita, the liquidator of the Mapusa Urban Cooperative Bank of Goa Limited, and this is Mr. Savan, the General Manager of the bank, and now the designated officer after the bank has come under liquidation. As you know, the Reserve Bank of India passed orders withdrawing the license of the bank in April 2020. That is 2 years and 9 months ago. And since then the bank has been under liquidation. The reason for inviting you all here today is because some misleading statements came in some section of the media, not all over the media, but in some section of the media. And sometimes these misleading statements create confusion in the minds of people. And we would like to remove that confusion and remove that misconception and those mischievous elements which have been giving this wrong information. We want to correct that situation. And what is the misleading information? Some persons are trying to propagate that only 49% of the claimants have got their money back, which is wrong. The fact is that more than 99% of those who have lodged their claims up to rupees 5 lakh, which is the guaranteed amount, have got their money back. The fact is that only 33,570 people have made their claims. Now you will ask, why is it necessary to make claims? You know that the Mapusa bank, the license has been withdrawn, so it can no longer function as a bank. For money to be returned to a person, the person has to make a claim to say in which account of another bank the money has to be returned. Without that, there is no way that we can return the money. And also, in case the original depositor has passed away or has died or whatever, then the person who's making the claim has to prove how he is the legal heir and therefore he or she requires the money. Therefore, according to the law, it is necessary for a claim to be filed. Only when a claim is filed can the liquidator examine it and return the money. And we say with absolute emphasis that only 33,570 claims have been received. And out of these, 33,046 claims have been cleared. And we have paid 250 crore rupees to these 33,046 people. Only what remains with us is some 400 approximately, you see the difference, in 424 people whose claims are under examination, and out of these 424, more than 200 are pending before original documents. The moment they supply their original document, those payments also will be made. There are a few persons, 98 people, who are facing difficulty because of clubbing of their accounts with people with the same name. You know, in Goa sometimes two people have the same name. So originally the DICGC, which is the insurance company under the Reserve Bank of India, they had rejected these claims saying they are actually of the same person. But later on we showed with Aadhaar card and PAN card and all that they have the same name but they are different people. So those 98 persons those claims are pending with the DICGC in Mumbai. This shows that more than 99% of the claims have been settled. 250 crore rupees we have distributed. Now you will ask, were there only 33,000 depositors? No. The depositors were more than 1 lakh. 79,000 people have not filed their claims. 79,000 people have not filed their claim. Now, you will think this is such a big number. 79,000, you have only given 33,000 people, 79,000 left. But look at, it is not just the number of people, look at the money. 33,000 people, we have given 250 crores. These 79,000 people who are not making their claims, they have an average deposit of 3,600 rupees. And out of them, 94%, which means about 74,000 people have an average deposit of less than 1,000 rupees. So maybe some have 500 rupees, some have 200 rupees, some have 300 rupees. Me more to travel and give the claim, so I don't want to. Now that is not the bank's fault. So when you look at those who have not made the claims, you cannot just see the number and say 79,000 people and you have paid only 33. Look at the quantity of money. These people have accounts of less than 1,000 rupees. They are not coming forward. They are still welcome. We are not saying they should not come. They are still welcome to come. But now more than 2 years have passed. We have been giving advertisements in the papers. We have been making requests through the media. We have been sending letters to the last known address that we have in our accounts. Those who have email addresses, we are sending to those email addresses. But if they are not coming forward, then it is not the bank's fault. But of the people who have made their claims, 99% people have got their money. And we can only talk about that figure. Otherwise, where is this unnecessary wrong information some people give in the press? And then people get the impression that no one is getting the money, only half of the people have got the money. Not true. Not true. And I always say, let the person come forward and show me who is this person who can say, apart from these 424, which I agree, 424 people are pending and we are disposing of as the documents are checked. But otherwise, let anybody else come and say, I have made my claim and I have not got the money, and we will immediately examine. But we know that that is not the case. Now to go one step further, you will say up to 5 lakh rupees we have given. 250 crores to 33,046 people. Now, what about those who have more than 5 lakhs? Yes, these people also need to get their money back. The number is not large. Fortunately, the number is only 1,400 people. Exact number 1,469 people. As compared to the so many thousands who have got less than 5 lakhs. But even these people need to get their money back. You see, but money can only be given under the law. And the law says that for those who have more than 5 lakh rupees, up to 5 lakhs they will get payment. Balance can only be paid at the end of the liquidation process. Now, what does the liquidation process involve? It involves disposing of the staff and settling of dues. We have done that. We had almost 200 staff. We have disposed of all the 200 staff and we have settled their dues. We are now only working with a very small number of less than 20 people who are on contract. But we have settled all the staff matters. The second step is recovery of dues. There are outstanding loan cases. When the bank's license was withdrawn, there were some 2,464 outstanding loan cases. And the principal amount was around 52 or 53 crores. And of course, on that there was a lot of interest also. But principal amount outstanding is 53 crores. Now, in spite of the bank's license going, we have been working hard. We have a lot of officers, the recovery officer, Mr. Raut, we have other people. They have been working hard. And out of 2,464 outstanding cases, 1,629 cases have been totally recovered and closed. And 30 crore rupees has been recovered. Not an easy task. When we have these reviews with other banks, not only in Goa but outside Goa, who have, who are under liquidation, they are all in shock. You have recovered 30 crore rupees in 2 years' time. You have closed 1,629 cases. So it's not that we are not doing recovery. We are doing the recovery. Still, 835 cases now remain. But there are some things that are beyond our hands. All of these 835 cases are in various courts. Some are in the collector's court, some are in the arbitrator's court, some are in the civil court, some are in the high court. There is one even in the Supreme Court. The one in the Supreme Court had not been heard for years. Through our lawyer, we managed to get that case heard in the Supreme Court. The property involved was 2 shops in Santinej. And after, it's not easy to get the Supreme Court to hear the case. We managed to pursue that, get permission from the Supreme Court. We put those 2 shops at auction and we got 3 crore rupees for those 2 shops. Of course, that 3 crore rupees we have to deposit in the Supreme Court till the final decision of the court. Now, we cannot direct the court when to finish the cases. But we are pursuing. Our lawyers are pursuing at every level. In the arbitrator's court, in the collector's court, that is when I say collector's court, I mean in the revenue court. Could be the Tehsildar, Mamlatdar, could be this thing. In the civil courts, we are pursuing. Now, still we have to recover 23 crores of the remaining 835 cases, principal amount, plus there will be interest. Now, the interest figure keeps changing. We have even come out with a one-time settlement scheme, which is under the RBI guidelines, and that has been very successful. We have settled almost 600 cases through that one-time settlement scheme. It has been successful. It is still open. So we are doing our best to recover. The third thing, I told you, one was staff, one was recovery from outstanding loans. The third aspect is selling off the properties. The properties of the bank, which the bank may have had bank branches, etc., plus the properties which came to the bank through earlier default in loan or whatever, or properties which were mortgaged with the bank, like those 2 shops in Santinej I told you. Of this, we had a large number of shops in SR Trade Center in Mapusa. If 1.5 years ago, I don't know which among you would have seen those shops, you would have thought it would be a write-off, because they were in a shambles, they were filthy, all the shutters were broken. We managed to engage with the society over there. We slowly got them cleaned up. We got all the papers together, and we have sold how many of those shops? 100 almost. I think barely 2 or 3 are left. We have had 3 auctions. We have sold 98 or 100 of those shops. We have sold the bank properties in Reyes Maguj, in Ponda, in Sankili, Vasco and Kalangut. We had one house which was there in Korvari. We sold that. We have thus sold off properties and we have recovered from selling of bank properties 20 crore rupees. We still have 3-4 properties left to sell. For example, this bank branch in Panjim and the headquarter in Mapusa and Kepe and Velge. We are going to put now very soon, the advertisement will come out. And the remaining 2 or 3 shops which are in SR Center. So we are slow. You can't put everything in one advertisement, but over the last 1.5 years, we have sold 113 properties worth 20 crore rupees. And still, there is hope to get another 20-25 crores. We'll see as the market allows us. So we are doing our best. Now, only when all the recoveries are made and all the properties are sold and we have that money left over, can we divide that among those 1,400 people who have more than 5 lakhs. And that by the law comes at the end of the liquidation process. So this is what we are doing, and I just thought we must share with you, because sometimes people think, they say, oh, the license of the bank has gone 2.5 years ago, up to now it's not finished. Yes, we are in full sympathy with this sentiment that people have. But you must realize that liquidation is a long drawn process. In some places, liquidation is taking even 10 years and liquidation is not over. And we in 2.5 years have completed so much so that when the Reserve Bank, the DICGC, which is of the Reserve Bank of India, and the Central Registrar from New Delhi reviewed our work, Not only on one occasion, every 3 to 6 months they review our work. Every time they have praised the speed and the transparency with which the liquidation process of the Mapusa Bank is taking place. So I thought it is important to put these facts before you and through you to the people of Goa, to all our depositors, to assure them that we are doing our best. We are very concerned that their hard-earned money is in the banks and not all have got their money, and we are doing our best to give everyone their money. And we are satisfied and happy that of those who have applied and claimed, 99% have been satisfied and given their money, and the balance too every now and then. It's an ongoing process. So this is all I had to say. If there are any questions, clarifications, yes.
When the bank was for liquidation.
Pardon?
The bank was in the liquidation.
Yes.
That time, what was the account? How many were the account holders and how many were the total depositors?
The account holders were total what many? 1,12,000, and the total amount would be around 350 crores. Yeah. 1,12,466 to be exact, and the total amount was 354 crores.
And the depositors?
I told you 1,12,000.
That is the account holder.
For us, that is a depositor. Okay. Now to say that whether one person, maybe depositors would be a few less. Some people may have had more than one account, but basically, if the one name is common but the second name is different, we treat it as a different account. Only if all the names are the same, then it is a single same account. So the number is, yeah. But as I told you, 1,12,000 sounds a very large number. But if you go to see, out of this figure, 74,000 have less than 1,000 rupees. Out of this 1,12,000. So you have to be clear about what are the real figures you are talking about. You cannot say 1,12,000, only 33,000. I mean, that's got no meaning.
From last 8 to 10 years, mining has been halted, and you have given a huge number of loans for purchasing mining machinery, trucks, and are they recovered?
See, I told you, I gave you the figure. Out of, I only know on the date that the license was withdrawn 2 years, 9 months ago, how many cases were outstanding. There were 2,464 cases. 2,464 cases. Out of 2,464 cases, 1,629 are totally closed, fully recovered. Only 835 cases are outstanding. For various, I mean, I don't know, some may be mining, some may not be mining, maybe others. Mining and none, I think. Not there. There is zero. We have Mr. Browse is clarifying, Mr. Sawant is clarifying, mining is zero. But as it stands today, 835 cases only are outstanding. And all are in some legal process. It is not that we have taken them and we are outstanding, we are keeping quiet. No. They are all working at some different court, the cases are going on. Because that is the only power that we have is a legal power. We cannot go to their doors and knock and forcibly recover. No, it has to be a process.
Sir, 74,000 depositors were less than 1 lakh. All of them.
1 lakh, no, 1,000.
1,000.
1,000. Some are 200 rupees. Some are 80 rupees. Some are 600 rupees. I am saying average, 74,000. But even if they come forward, we are giving them their money.
All of them have been paid off.
They have not come and made their claim, madam. They have not come to make their claim. Whoever, I think you came in late. I was wanting to tell you, out of those who have made their claims, 99%, more than 99% have been paid off. The claims made are 33,570 and the amount paid are 33,046 and 250 crore rupees. Again, you have to not look only at the number, you have to look at the value. That is very important. And that is the mischief that is done by some elements in the press. They only look at the number of account holders, not the value of the money. You have to look at the value of the money.
For how many?
Yeah.
For how many years this will continue?
See, this is something that I cannot predict. कोई भी भविष्यवाणी नहीं कर सकते इस पर. क्योंकि ये सब चीजें कोर्ट्स में है. See, if they were in our hands, I can tell you that the properties to sell, we will sell within 6 months, excepting the headquarter property.
Account holders.
One, yeah. But recovery is not in our hands totally. If it is pending in a court, how can I say when the High Court will dispose of? How can I say when the Supreme Court will dispose of? How can I say when the Civil Court or the District Court will dispose of? How can I say when the Collector's Court will dispose of? We are attempting. Our lawyer goes on the Peshi date, makes the applications, we make special petitions, and we even try to settle outside court because we have an OTS. So if the judge says, have a discussion, settle in OTS, we are talking and we are saying, okay, compound interest will be written off, you pay us the principal plus simple interest, whatever is the OTS guidelines, we are sorting out. But जो चीजें हमारे हाथों में नहीं है, हम उसके बारे में कैसे गारंटी दें? All I can say is that we are doing our best.
So, sir, around 420 people claims are remaining still.
Yes.
Due to various reasons.
Due to various, at least 200 odd people of them are because they have to submit their original documents, original FDR की copy हमें देनी है. And there may be about another, maybe about 80 or 90 are, because some of these have submitted their claim just 2 months ago. They are not pending for 3 years. Maybe 2 months ago, because in 8 different batches we have been sending to DICGC. So there are about 80 or 90 with DICGC, like that. And this is the process. I mean, after 10 days if we have this conference, of these 100 will be paid also. ये रोज 20-25 लोगों को पैसा भी मिल जाता है.
There is no deadline for them to
There is actually a deadline. Actually, there was a deadline. According to the first thing is within 2 months they had to submit claims. But we have been extending only in the interest of the depositors. Actually, the deadline was 31st of March, then again last year. But we have been extending because we have been taking a broad view. Okay, the deadline is there, but since our other work of recovery is not complete, so let us take the claims. As and when the claims are coming, and as and when they are coming, we are considering them. But of course, this cannot go on forever. At one point of time, we will have to stop.
कोर्ट में कितना है सर?
हाँ? कोर्ट में 835 केसेस है ना, मैंने आपको बताया. हर एक केस कोर्ट में है, कोई ना कोई कोर्ट में है. जितने हम सॉल्व कर सके हमने 1629 केसेस को डिस्पोज ऑफ किया. अब जो 835 बचे हैं वो कोई ना कोई कोर्ट में लंबित है.
99% disposal in terms of cases or amount?
In terms of both, out of 99, I am just again giving you the figures. I don't know. The applicants were 33,570. Out of them, 33,046 disposed of. You make the calculation on your calculator. You will get 99.2. The amount of claim also is, amount claimed was 252 crores. We have paid 250 crores. You check out our 250 out of 252 is how much? You will get again 99.3. So it's either way. Fortunately, it doesn't always happen, but it is either way.
Sir, what about disposing of staff and dues? What is the number of?
All done, finished. We only have one staff left who is Mr. Raut, who retires in October or December.
Only
Or
one staff is
one staff is on regular role, which will finish. Whether he retires, he will finish. Everybody else is, we have now 20 people, because how can we work otherwise, but only on contract. All long-term dues have been settled, whatever gratuity, this, that, everything's settled.
So remaining 20 are on contract.
They are not remaining. They have been settled, they have been taken on contract again. They have been settled. We have got nobody excepting one person on our staff rolls.
What about shareholders' money?
According to the Act, shareholders will get last, which means after the liquidation process is over, after all recoveries have been done, whatever can be done, whatever as per the court, after properties are sold, whatever money is there will be divided in proportion to those who have accounts more than 5 lakhs, and after that, whatever is left will be divided among shareholders in proportion to the number of shares they hold. That is the act. I mean, that is not something that I have thought up, anyone has thought up. जो भी Parliament has passed that act.
So this figure it can get above 5 lakh
How many people are there? 1,469.
How much is the worth, like total value?
But total value 70 crores. Any other questions? सब क्लियर है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, और कुछ पूछना है किसी को भी? To give you the progress, and again, as I say, you came in a little late, and what I said in the beginning was that in some sections of the press, some mischievous elements have been spreading lies, and we don't otherwise concern ourselves with lies, but the difficulty arises when the public is misled, and we don't like the public to have misinformation. So therefore, we have called the conference to give you the progress so you can take the correct figures and the correct picture to the public.
So we journalists are victim also.
Yeah, we are shareholders.
Not shareholder, we are
No, our union also. We had three.
More than
Yeah. So one is settled to a.
Correct, I know.
So anyway, we have sympathy with everybody, but we are doing our best. What else can we do? Okay? Thank you very much.
Now, what's your first name? What's your first name?
Shailendra Saab.